Welcome back to Fame Drop. The internet is going wild right now because Chris Brown is straight up losing it after the bombshell news that Karrueche Tran and Deion Sanders secretly tied the knot. And that's not all. Word on the block is she might even be pregnant with twins. This isn't some quiet little family update. It's a major shocker that's got everyone locked in, saying, "Yo, is this really happening?" Chris hasn't been cool with the situation from the start. Ever since people found out Karrueche and Deion were together, he's been throwing shade every chance he gets. But now, with marriage already confirmed and pregnancy rumors spreading like wildfire, his frustration has blown up into a full-on meltdown. And the timing couldn't be messier. The way Chris is firing off these sneaky subliminals at Karrueche and Deion has fans convinced this beef is about to turn nasty. People are saying, this drama is about to explode in the ugliest way possible. One thing about Chris Brown, he always makes time to come after his exes, no matter how busy his life looks. And right now, it's clear Karrueche is right in his sights. Their breakup might have been a while ago, but Chris is making it obvious he never really let go. Just a couple days ago, the rumor mill started buzzing that Karrueche secretly married Deion Sanders. Then, folks started noticing what looked like a shiny red ring sitting pretty on her finger, and the whispers turned into shouts. People are convinced she's really married. But while fans are connecting the dots online, one person is definitely not taking this well, and that's Chris. He's spiraling hard over this whole situation. And just when he probably thought it couldn't get any worse, another insider claimed Karrueche is expecting twins with Deion. That source even spilled that the couple wanted to start a family after Deion's health scare. Remember when Deion posted that emotional video about his cancer battle? Karrueche was right there, standing strong beside him. She wasn't just in the background either. You could literally see the emotions breaking through when she talked about how terrifying the journey had been. And when the doctors prepped him for surgery, Karrueche made it crystal clear that this wasn't just his fight, it was their fight. She was locked in every step of the way.
We are at the hospital because we are dealing with okay. We were dealing with bladder cancer. And he is having his bladder removed, and they will create a new bladder with one of his intestines. And this option was, I guess, the best because it fully removes the cancer to ensure that it doesn't come back, because it was close to his muscle. So yeah, we are here to fully remove the bladder. Yeah.
Texting the boys. It's their first day of practice today, and I'm excited.
Karrueche wasn't just standing by watching. She was showing up at doctor's appointments, checking in with Deion's trainer, and stepping all the way into that supportive girlfriend role. And let's be real, that's a heavy thing to take on in a relationship. Most people ease into love, but for these two, there was no soft launch, just hospitals, surgeries, and full-on life battles together. It might not be the typical fairy tale, but it clearly brought them closer and closer in every sense, because homegirl is allegedly married and pregnant with twins, but not everyone is cheering them on. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this situation, and it's not hard to see why. Deion's love life has been messy, real messy. He split from his first wife, Carolyn Chambers, after having 3 kids. Then he married Pilar Sanders and had 2 more children before that ended in an ugly breakup. After the divorce, he dragged Pilar through the mud, fighting her for custody and painting her as unstable in court. Then came Tracy Edmonds. He stayed with her for 7 years, finally popped the question, but then called off the engagement in 2023 after over a decade together. So when word broke that Karrueche was the new woman in his life, plenty of people thought she was walking straight into heartbreak. Still, if she's happy, fans are letting her live her dream. Well, except for Chris Brown. From the very second the news broke, Chris has been spiraling, and his behavior keeps getting sloppier by the day. Word on the block is that Chris has been trying to slide back into Karrueche's life for a while now, convinced he still had a shot. But reality is smacking him in the face because it's clear she's not checking for him anymore. He's still hung up on her, and honestly, it's shocking he's even surprised after everything he put her through. Let's rewind for a second. Karrueche and Chris first linked up in 2011 when she was working in fashion and trying to break into modeling. Things moved fast. They were spotted publicly as a couple by March that same year. But it didn't take long for cracks to show, because by the following year, Chris was tangled back up with his ex, Rihanna. By early 2012, Chris and Rihanna had rekindled their romance, leaving Karrueche stuck in the middle of a storm and facing non-stop backlash from Rihanna's diehard fans. Eventually, Chris broke things off with Karrueche, but the way he did it had everybody side-eyeing him hard. He claimed, "I love Karrueche very much, but I don't want to see her hurt over my friendship with Rihanna. I'd rather be single, allowing us both to be happy in our own lives." But instead of just moving on quietly, he turned around and dropped a whole promo video telling the world he was in love with both Rihanna and Karrueche at the same time. Talk about messy.
Somebody, then you tend to fall in love with somebody else. It's kind of difficult. Is it such thing as loving two people?
Back in May 2013, Chris's fling with Rihanna had already fizzled out, and just like clockwork, he went running right back to Karrueche. And the wildest part, she took him back without hesitation. Within weeks, they were already living together again like nothing had ever happened. But of course, history repeated itself. Chris ended up in rehab, and rumors started flying that he hooked up with one of the staff members before landing himself back in prison. Then came the final straw. Karrueche caught Chris texting multiple women behind her back. For months, it was the same toxic cycle. She'd catch him sneaking around, they'd blow up in explosive fights. Chris would jump on social media to throw shade, and somehow, they'd end up back together again. But the breaking point came when Karrueche discovered Chris had cheated yet again, this time with model Nia Guzman. And it wasn't just a fling. He fathered a whole child, and Karrueche had to find out about it online like the rest of the world. She completely snapped, firing off a tweet that said, "Listen, one can only take so much. The best of luck to Chris and his family. No baby drama for me. Looks like I'm a single lady again." And just like that, she was done. Karrueche finally started focusing on her career, rebuilding her life, and even dating other men. But Chris couldn't handle it. Every time he saw her with someone new, he lost it in jealousy. In 2015, Chris sat down with Ryan Seacrest and claimed he was finally owning up to his mistakes. But Karrueche wasn't buying it. She started doing interviews where she talked about her past with him, and Chris hated it. He jumped online and ranted, "Honestly, it's so effing pointless to keep doing interviews about me. Talk about your career. If there is no more relationship, then you shouldn't be doing nothing interviews with people. I won't let you get the pleasure of prying into my personal life. It's starting to get real weak, you know? Was I loyal?" But Karrueche wasn't about to let him spin the narrative. She clapped back saying, "They asked a question, and as a mature adult, I answered. I'm not going to shy away from something I lived through. I'm talking about my life and experiences. I'm not speaking on you or bashing you like I easily could. Don't be mad at me because our relationship is over due to your lack of loyalty. You know what's weak? You forcing yourself into my car, breaking my window, blowing up my phone, trying to shower me with gifts. Man up and change the BS in your life, like I've told you several times." Oof. She read him for filth, and the internet ate it up. Chris immediately folded and admitted he was still in love with her, posting, "I'm eternally thankful for you being a part of my life. I've learned so much from you. I wish you nothing but happiness and the best at Karrueche. All I was doing was trying to fight for the woman I love. Thanks. I learned a lot." But the drama didn't stop there. Reports surfaced that Chris started stalking her, monitoring her, blowing up her phone, and even threatening her and her family. By 2017, Karrueche had enough. She went to court and got a restraining order. In her testimony, she revealed that Chris got violent after asking her to return diamond rings he had gifted her. When she refused, he allegedly sent threats. Court docs revealed shocking claims. Karrueche said he harassed her friends, threatened her safety, and even told people, "If no one else can have her, I'll take her out." She also testified that while they were together, he had been physically violent, punching her in the stomach and pushing her down the stairs. All of this, while he was still on probation for the 2009 assault case with Rihanna. By 2015, Chris had finally finished over 1,000 hours of community service tied to that case, but fans noticed the same toxic patterns kept repeating. It was like he just couldn't let go. And the second her 5-year restraining order expired, he went right back to obsessing, liking and commenting on her pictures, stalking blogs that posted about her, and making it obvious he was still stuck on her. Even in his music, the obsession leaked out. On his album 1111, Chris dropped the track Freak, where he threw shade at Quavo, making it clear he was salty over Karrueche. "Okay, no messing with my old thing, ain't gonna make a sequel. She said she liked Casamigos, not the Migos." Quavo didn't let it slide. He clapped back with his own diss track Tinder, taking aim at Chris's messy past. He didn't hold back, accusing Chris of putting hands on women and even mocking him in lines like, "She won't come home, don't beat her up, must be the drugs." Fans couldn't believe how raw he went. Meanwhile, Chris dropped his own emotional track Residuals with lyrics that seemed to be directed at Karrueche. "Was it on my mind? She's still on my mind. Do we build it up just to let it wash away?" And every time he performed that song, he tied a red bandana to his mic. Faste.